Hi, and welcome to the 2021 OC Dia del Niño event information session. I am Victor Payan, the Executive Director of Media Arts Santa Ana, one of the organizations that puts it on. The main presenting organization is Arts OC. And we're happy to be coming back this year as a virtual festival. As you may know, we were canceled last year because of the pandemic, and we had a really amazing event lined up, but we're going to be coming back stronger as a virtual festival. And as such, we're really putting out the invitation to workshop artists, performers, and youth groups to submit applications. Because we will be, since we won't be a physical event, we'll have the option to include more groups that couldn't physically be there. So now you can participate virtually. And while we're reaching out to the entire state of California, we are, really looking for groups in Orange County so we can promote you and help you reach new audiences and families with the work that you do. And so the dates for the festival this year are April 19th through the 25th as a virtual festival in conjunction with Imaginology and the OC Fair and Event Center. And on top of those festival dates, we will be leaving the videos that we curate for this OC Dia del Niño online through July 31st to give a chance for families and children to come back to them. If they see something that they like, they can revisit the video. They can look at different activities through the course of the summer. And, as we know, there's a digital divide and families are, really hurting for, programming, kids programming. We really want to provide this as a resource that they can use to help alleviate some of the isolation or just, being all together cooped up and maybe being on Zoom, meetings or, Zoom classrooms for the whole year. This will give something to look forward to, that we want to present something that's creative and innovative and fun that the parents and the kids can participate in together, but we'll also encourage lifelong participation in the arts, in these activities, in these disciplines that you will bring to the table. So we're doing videos, and for the workshop artists, we're asking for 5 to 7 minute videos, 2 of them for different distinct activities. They could be in the same discipline, just different activities to make it interesting. And the 5 to 7 minute mark is so that, people can watch it without getting too bored or stopping in the middle and not finishing the activity. We want something that's complete, self-contained, exciting, fun, doable. I'm a big fan of immediate gratification when it comes to learning an art form. So if kids and parents can do something together and they can do it in, a 5-minute video session and then 15 minutes at home and walk away with something that they're proud of, that they can put on their refrigerator that's going to be there for a few years, that's going to encourage them to do it more. And so 2 5 to 7 minute videos. In previous years, when it's been in person, we would have artists put together and compile a list of supplies. And so what we're doing this year is we still want to do that, and where possible, to provide kits that people can pick up, say at the OC Fair and Event Center. But we're going to be grouping supplies based on activity so that one kit can fulfill multiple activities. So for example, if you're visual artists and we put in the kit crayons and watercolor and colored pencils and markers, that's something that could be used for 5 to 7 different activities. And if the parents have that in their house, they can do that all summer. So watch the video and they've got the kit. And also, another thing we want to consider is when we put together activities, to use materials that are readily available that people might be able to get at, like, say, a Target or a dollar store, that's accessible physically, but also they don't have to go to a specialty store to get it, so that if they need to get crayons or colored pencils, like I said, they buy them once and the kids can do activities all summer, and it's not a big expense, and it's something that is accessible to them and that the parents can take part of. For the performers, for the youth performers, we're talking music and dance and similar from organizations, we're looking at 15 to 20 minute videos. And those could be multiple performances within that, but we're keeping kind of the time to what we did previously. And, that's plenty of time to do 2 or 3 dances. If it's not 15 to 20, if it's shorter, that's great, but that's what we're looking for. It's a really a good chance to showcase the different works that you do. And a lot of you have already done videos and converted to video presentations since the pandemic began. So hopefully a lot of you have these tools. lights, microphone. You can do it with your computer, laptop. But the fee that we provide, rather than being for your time to be there all day and do the workshop, it will provide a little bit to buy equipment you might need. So if you need to get a ring light or a better microphone than you have to really do a quality video, and also it helps set you up to do more of them. So if you haven't gotten this equipment already, by getting it, you'll be able to do better quality videos and hopefully get more work and do more projects as this pandemic continues. For the featured artists, who are the people that we've had in the past, like Lucky Diaz or Twinkle Time, a lot of you are already doing videos. Some of you do music videos, some of you do children's programs, have animations and costumes and whatnot, really high production values. That's acceptable. So rather than coming in and doing a 45-minute performance in front of your camera, if you have videos that you've pre-produced, we'll be happy to look at those and use those. If you can create a bumper, an intro, and an outro, just personalizing the experience, welcoming the kids to Dia del Niño and introducing yourselves. And then at the end, when you do the closing, you can give your website and more information on how people can get more engaged, because there's people doing really wonderful work. And we think that by introducing them to the work that you're doing, that they'll want to learn more and see more of the work that you're doing. Also, if you're doing something like coloring, or you have some images that lend themselves to printing out, we can also take PDF files and upload them so that people can download them and then color or paint or whatever, and then reprint them out. So that's another way we want to try to make this more accessible. Not everybody has internet, so we'll be reaching out to schools to promote the activities in the schools, and that's another way to reach audiences, but to really make it easy for them to do something nice, to feel good about the work that they've created, to learn something new. Cultural activities are at the basis of what we've been doing. So if it's rooted in a culture, that's great. That's what we're looking for. And we've expanded, so we're not just doing Latino arts and culture. It is Dia del Niño. Our theme is still celebrating the children of the Americas, but being here a multicultural community in Southern California, in Orange County, we are taking youth workshop activities and performances from other cultures. So if you go to ocdiadelnino.org and you see the application, if you're not Latino, that's okay. If you're engaging, if you're interesting, if there's really cool activity and it lends itself well to video instruction, that's what we want. And so we want, like I said, the parents to be able to do something with the kids. So we've all seen Sesame Street and children's shows that are in, so we know the language of how to communicate an interesting presentation. You can go forward to the camera, you can go back, you can go side to side. If you have a piece of paper that you're working on, you can lift it up, you can point to it, address the kids, like they're in the room, you're talking one-on-one to somebody. Just really make it interesting and engaging, really play to the medium as much as possible. And I think a lot of you have already switched to virtual instruction, so you might have a handle, and we can put some other workshops and resources online to give you more of an example. But when you're making videos, if the lighting and the sound is good, you're 90% there. The magic that you bring to the presentation is really what's going to excite the kids and get them engaged. And 5 to 7 minutes. If you can edit the videos, for example, using iMovie or something like that, if you have Premiere, that's great, but you don't need a really fancy editor, just something where you can do it in steps and then cut it together to be 5 to 7 minutes. Then you can pause, you can reset things up. If you have an easel, you can put the artwork on there as you're drawing it, but really engaging the viewer, that's something that would be really great. And so we can talk about tools if you reach out to us that you can use. The format that we want is 720p or 1080p, 30 frames per second MP4 files with good lighting and sound. No need to overkill with 4K or anything technically, expansive. We're just putting it on the net. We want people with, whatever data plan they have to be able to watch these videos and not to be a strain on their systems. And we just needed it to grab and hold the attention of the people, to be really cool and interesting, and it's something that parents can watch with their kids, and that the kids would be engaged, and that, like I said, there's that ability to do something really nice and interesting and colorful and culturally rooted in without feeling like they're, they're not going to do a good job. The deadline for the applications is February 22nd, and the notification will be March 10th. That doesn't mean that you need to have your videos done by February 22nd, but that just means that we need to know what you plan to do, how we can help. And then the event is April 19th. So we'll probably need the videos at least 1 week before, maybe a little more, especially if there's any technical questions. We'll be happy to talk to you and work with you, before you go into making them, answer any questions or give you tips. There's lots of videos on YouTube that can help you in terms of producing quality content using your laptop or even a cell phone. And if you master the fundamentals, then you can, really do a good job. And with the equipment that you have, most computers and phones within the last 4 or 5 years have good enough video and audio that you might not need to get an extra mic, but it helps to get something dedicated so that you have guarantee of good results without distractions, or, and we want you to do it on your laptop or somewhere that gives you the control over the production, so you can do it in your studio, in your kitchen table, in your garage. If you have a green screen, I know, it's really simple to start a Zoom session and record to your hard drive from Zoom, use their green screen function, and it doesn't, you don't have to have a green background. It'll key out any color you have, as long as it's solid and it's not something that you're wearing or you have in your hair, because then it'll be invisible too. So it's really easy to do that if you get in front of a blue wall or a orange wall, or if you hang a blanket that's solid. What's most important when you're doing green screen is that the background is evenly lit. You need to be lit well to be seen, and it really strengthens your camera's ability to pick you up and give you a nice image. But what really makes it sell is a solid lighting on the background. And I've got lights set up on either side of my laptop here, and it's even and does a really good job. And you can pick up, video lights now for like $50, and a good, microphone that you can use with your computer for like, 20, $30. A ring light's about the same. So if you don't have those tools already, investing in them, will really give you a lot you can work with in getting work and doing projects and in presenting your own work online. So it's really something we want to encourage you to do. But like I said, the application is online for workshops and performers on ocdiadelnino.org. And our deadline is February 22nd. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email is victor@masamedia.org. And I think there's also an email link on the website. So we're looking forward to a great event this year. We really want to feature the best that we have to offer. All the artists and the organizations are doing wonderful work to really shine and to inspire and give a light of culture and creativity to families that we've done, with a live event. So please reach out if you have any questions, and we look forward to seeing your applications by February 22nd. Thank you very much.